Notice of this meeting in accordance to the Open Public Meetings Law 1975 C-231 has been posted in two newspapers. The Record and the Ridgewood News have been notified. Roll call, please. Here.
There we go. Mr. Bonanno.
Here.
Brodsky.
Here.
Margolis.
Here.
Marsh.
Here.
Pollock. Here. Stern. President. Mayor Rendell.
Here. Pledge of allegiance. Ms. Albanese, lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay,
Oh my God.
we have proclamations to give out, but we're gonna wait for the rest of the students to come in. And unless you guys have that somewhere to go, no, you're good. That way you can stay and listen to our budget meeting.
That's just Judy.
All right, so we'll skip that for now. And approval of minutes, April 20th, 2026.
Motion.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? None, motion passes. April 20, 2026 closed session. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? None, motion passes. Budget hearing, ordinance number 26-009. Year 2026, an ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits to establish a cap bank. What?
Oh, that's the. I'm saying that to him.
Yeah.
Want me to do this one first?
Yes.
No, that's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, you
We
can do
do
that.
them first,
Okay.
then we do the, yes.
Just so- Sorry.
Okay. Wait, motion to open to the public on that ordinance?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
None opposed, motion passes. Anyone would like to speak about the cap bank, please step up. Come on up.
The first one, Nation is first. Yeah, the CFO will give the budget presentation. If you want to speak after that, or wait.
Yeah, yeah.
It might make sense.
This is only on the cap bank.
As much as I love your comments.
All right. Anyone on this ordinance only? Public hearing on this ordinance only. Being none, motion to close to the public,
Motion. Second.
all in favor?
Yes.
Roll
Love the
call,
race.
motion for adoption,
Motion.
second,
Second.
roll call,
Bonanno. Yes. Brodsky.
Yes.
Margolis.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Pollock. Yes. Stern.
Yes.
okay, public hearing ordinance number 26-10. Bond ordinance to authorize the making various public improvements and the acquisition of a new additional replacement equipment and machinery, new additional furnishing, new communication and signal system equipment, and new automotive vehicles, including original apparatus and equipment in, by, and for the borough of Wickliffe Lake, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $2,002,355 to pay the cost thereof, make a down payment, and authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation and to provide the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of those bonds. Motion to open to the public.
Motion.
For a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes. None opposed? Anyone in the public that would like to speak on this ordinance alone, only on this ordinance? On this appropriation ordinance, you can come up.
Bert Taylor, Wickliffe Lake.
Thank you.
I see we're making the improvements over at a place that is so in need of improvements over by the park. I had a situation where, when it was first opening up, I was on the other side trying to go across the street, and you gotta watch out on Wormus because people go at 45 miles an hour. I was lucky to get across the road without having somebody running me down.
Mhm.
There's nothing we can do because it's a county road, I take it, right? Anything that you have in the way of improvements will have to be approved by the county as well.
Yes.
We're talking about that intersection, yes.
Yeah,
So we did a traffic study, year and a half ago, requested it and stuff. A traffic light, the county rejected that. There are additional improvements we've requested of the county. They just don't move very quickly, and so,
There are some that we are taking,
mhm.
as a result of this, some sidewalk improvement there, some
Okay.
crosswalk that they have authorized us, and then, and to, you know, just add to Council President, we requested that they lower the speed limit also, and, so that is actually,
Thank you.
well, and that's actually
sense.
being,
Assuming it gets approved.
Yes.
Well-
that's being considered, so we do know it is a, you know, a very, heavily traveled, location, and that's why when we do have events, when folks need to park at Old Mill, I don't know if you were there at
He was.
Spring Fest,
Absolutely.
you know, we cone it off, we have
Yeah.
officers there. Obviously, there's an additional cost, but we want to ensure the safety of all those.
There were about 6 or 7 of our police officers there doing a fine job.
6 or 7, I better not get that done.
I don't know, it seemed like maybe they're moving fast.
I was just joking, but yeah, we had enough personnel there.
Okay,
That's-
there will be a handicapped type situation with crosshatch for people to cross.
It's good, it's very difficult where the park is because of the water flow, and that's why
Yeah,
that curb is higher. So what we're trying to do is, we will not divert folks towards almost to the front of the church and cross and come in that way when we can, because we can't put a ramp there because otherwise we'll fix one problem, create a couple others.
understood.
And there's always handicap parking.
Yeah, no, I,
At the park, there's handicap parking.
providing that there's a space. Absolutely. But to take somebody and put them across, we're on this road in a wheelchair,
So,
hey,
Yeah.
good luck.
very-
Right, and go ahead, come on up, Mayor Higgins.
I don't know if this is the right time to speak, and I should remember.
Well,
We'll let you know.
Josephine Higgins, Woodcliff, like, can I ask something on this breakdown of the road?
we're gonna, Joe, we're gonna do a presentation now.
Okay, then that,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, okay, and then the other one I just want to ask, the paper street, that's on Lincoln, right?
Yeah, no, like.
Yeah, near
that's
Centennial.
Howard Drive.
The center.
Right,
Centennial
Mallard
Park.
Drive, yeah, I remember that from way back. Where is that gonna go to? Is that gonna be added on just people probably, I see the blocks and the lots, but you know, is it going to one specific person?
Half goes to the adjacent property owner in Woodcliff Lake, and the other half is going to the county because they own the property on the other side.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Okay,
Okay, then I'll come back with this.
anyone else like to speak on this ordinance 26-10? Being none, motion to close to the public,
Motion to close.
is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
All right, none opposed, motion passes, motion to adopt,
Motion to adopt.
is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Banana.
Yes.
Spassky.
Yes.
Margolis.
Yes.
Smart.
Yes.
Polly.
Yes.
Mr. Stud.
Yes.
Resolution number 26-111, resolution authorizing the waiver of reading of the full 2026 budget. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? None. Okay, Paul, you're up.
Thank you. Should we do that too?
For those who don't know, Mr. Lurch is our auditor. Mr. Joseph is our CFO. They'll be making, if anyone wants copies, it'll be obviously posted up on the screen, and folks at home can see it on the screen. But if anyone here wants a copy, there's some here, and they'll go through the whole the highlights, if you will.
Yeah, okay.
You want something?
Okay, Paul.
Okay, you ready? Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. So we're here tonight to discuss the 26 budget. This is the budget hearing for the public, as well as the opportunity for the mayor and council to vote and possibly and hopefully approve the budget. I will start out by saying that we were subject to state review this year, which happens 1 out of every 3 years. And we just received the approval Friday, I believe it was Friday. So running a little behind schedule. There's a new director at the state and she's imposing different kinds of items to review, and so that's kind of slowing things down a little bit. But anyway, good news is we do have clearance to adopt. I'm going to go through the slides. Obviously, if anybody up here has any questions or comments, just stop me. And then we can answer any questions that the public may have at that point. Okay, so just going through the process here, kind of added a little different slide this year here, just for the public's purposes here, just to talk about the two type of caps that we have, and I do kind of always mention these two, and one is the appropriation cap that's been around for a very long time, and it's basically 2%, but it depends on the consumer price index. This year we can actually increase that to 3.5% with the ordinance, which was done tonight. It's very common. I don't know of a single municipality that I have that doesn't do that particular ordinance. It just gives you assurance. It gives you the ability to save money even if you don't use it this year. You can save it over a 3-year period. What do we have in here? Really, there was always exceptions to every single rules. We know, like IRS, the state of New Jersey. So even though they limit the appropriations of what you can spend money on, of course, there's exceptions, which are typically your debt service, your capital items, grants, those kinds of things. Then we have the newer of the two, and this was actually enacted in 2007, believe it or not. And this is now where the state said, well, they first try to limit the amount that you can spend to try to control taxes on the residents of New Jersey. Then they realized that wasn't really working. And so then they said, well, let's limit the amount that you can raise in tax dollars. And that really makes more sense. And so really what that is, that's 2%. And again, there are adjustments, and this is a much more controlling levy than the appropriation tax levy. Of course, some of the exceptions, as we all know, health insurance certainly is presenting challenges to everyone, really all entities in the state of New Jersey. And so they're being forced to then allow you to deal with the cost of health insurance, but it doesn't become subject to the cap limitations. And then there's also pension items. Over the years, those amounts or those categories vary depending upon the pressures that are out there. So right now, those are the only two exceptions. So having said that, I'll just go through the revenues kind of quickly. Okay. So what you have is you have the 26 proposed on the left, and we have the 25 adopted budget in our total revenues. You can see that our total budget, total revenues is up 10%. What makes up the majority of the items here? Fund balance. We're using $295,000 more fund balance, but we actually ended the year with over $200,000 of additional surplus at the end of the year. Percentage utilized is very similar to what we did in the previous years. So I'm very comfortable with that number. Local revenues kind of stays usually somewhat consistent. The biggest item here, and this is just all these miscellaneous type revenues that we collect. Really the biggest decrease here is the construction code, which is down about $140,000. State aid, it feels like as long as I've been doing this, it's never gone up. So it's just every year, it's the same number over and over. So no increase in state aid. We are anticipating additional delinquent taxes. Why? Because not everyone paid their taxes at the end of the year. So our tax receivable number at the end of last year was up over $300,000, $270,000. That's why we can anticipate more in the current budget. Miscellaneous revenue is kind of a new category now that I added this year. Everything used to be lumped into local. And the reason I pulled it out, because this is the first year now that we have the developer contribution. And that developer contribution is significant. So it's $663,000 is the new line item of revenue. And it really would have distorted our local revenues. The other thing that I did add in here is I also added in reserve for payment of debt service. It's a revenue that we put in, which is really coming out of your open space trust money. And that money is being dedicated to pay for debt service, right? So I'm just trying to categorize these in its own separate category so we don't distort this local revenue. And then when you look at the final component, when we go through the process, it's your tax levy on on the municipal, how much and what dollars are we going to raise on the taxpayers for the municipal purposes? It's virtually unchanged, right? I mean, it's $28,000 difference here, so it's a de minimis amount. It's almost as if it was zero. So there's really no change, which is really interesting, right? So, you know, what you're asking for the homeowners is really not a single dollar more than last year. It's actually less by $28,000. So that's a significant item to point out, and obviously an accomplishment in itself. And then what do? We just kind of like put it into a pie and let everybody see really what happens. You know, where does the revenues come from? The biggest distinction here is if you looked at last year, for those who had 25, the majority, and it's still the majority, is in municipal tax levy, but this year we're 67%. Last year we were 75%. And the majority of that shift is because we now have this developer contribution of almost $700,000 that's being picked up as a revenue. So that is a huge distinction and a huge drop. Other than that, it's pretty much consistent with the previous year, except for the miscellaneous. The next page is showing one of the caps. So this is, again, tax levy cap. So really, what does this say? It says that we're proposing to raise $12,853,757 in tax dollars. The state of New Jersey, with all these imposed tax levies, said, well, you can actually raise $14,315,312. So if the governing body wanted to, we could actually tax another $1,461,000, which really means it equates to $590. So being within the statute and being within all these caps and these laws that are out there, if the governing body wanted to, they could add another $590 to an average tax bill and still be within those permitted levies. Expenses, pretty much consistent with the previous years. The only thing that's different here is what I did pull out, because now insurance, as I indicated before, insurance is really starting to get away from everyone. And so I think if you look at, we used to have this lumped in other, and it was really distorting the numbers again as I started going through the process this year. But if I start from the top and I look at salaries and wages, it's almost unbelievable that when you look at the 26 budget compared to 25 budget, the total salaries and wages for everyone within a municipality is really flat, which is kind of unheard of, right? When you think about it, everyone's getting the nominal cost of living increases. And then when you go to the PBA and some of the other contracts, they have step increases and what have you. So that's a great job there to be able to keep that in line. That's helping, obviously. Other insurance is still up $400,000. It's just really everything else that's not specifically identified. The major increases in other expenses is police, roughly $130,000 more than the previous year. Police O&E, and solid waste is up almost $180,000. So that's the majority of the 460. Insurance, it's health insurance. It's up 33%. Again, I'm seeing that, just about in every single municipality, school board. Until that gets resolved, I mean, I don't see how we're going to be in much different of a spot next year again. When you're trying to figure out forecasting where are we going next year, health insurance is just a very tough situation. So that's the majority. It's your major increase. Reserve for tax appeals, actually we have a little bit of a decrease here of 90 grand. Pensions is kind of stagnant at the 1.4 million. We no longer have to budget for judgments, so that's a nice decrease in that particular line item. Your capital is slightly down, and that's usually the 5% on the ordinances. Sewer charges roughly unchanged. I mean, 27,000 is not really a big item. And public and private programs, these are just grants. It just means that what do we have anticipating? It's offset by a revenue. So even though you see this as a deduct, you'll see the same offset on the revenue side. So there's no effect to the budget net. And then, as I was saying before, when we looked at some of the other miscellaneous revenues, I talked about having money being utilized from the open space as a reserve for payment of debt service. Well, here's the offsetting appropriation. So this includes debt service and down payments. It's up 900,000, but almost $800,000 is coming from open space trust. And the difference is just your typical increase in your debt service component. And then the reserve fund collected is up the nominal $50,000, and that's just a non-spending appropriation. And then I'm going to flip over to page 6, and page 6. Not much of a difference really here. I mean, obviously salaries and wages now are only 29% of the total. Last year it was 32%. Debt service is up, but the revenue's up as well. So pretty consistent from year to year. Really nothing else to really talk about on that particular page. Then the next page talks about the appropriation cap. So as indicated, this was the original cap on your spending appropriations. Here's where it gets a little dicey. So when you look at this particular schedule, the current budget spending is at 13,407,066. The maximum permitted is 13,407,252, correct. So what does that tell you? It tells you that on the spending appropriation side, we don't have any more room or runway for next year. So even though we were going underneath the limitations of the spending, we're able to bank it for 3 years, but we've been using that bank. So going into next year, you're only going to be looking at the current basically 3.5% increase on the spending side, unless something changes in Trenton. You know, I'm a believer that the appropriation cap really doesn't solve any kind of problem. It's really what's your tax levy, right? Limit the amount that you can raise in taxes. The appropriation cap only limits what you can spend. But if you have all these new additional revenues constantly coming in, why are they handcuffing us on the expenditure side, handcuff you on the tax levy side? Just one of the nuances of New Jersey. The history of the apportionment of taxes, you know, we just go through the calculation here to determine what the tax rate is going to be. I think what's also important to point out is when you look at this, you say, well, you know, how could everything be going down for the most part? It really is a byproduct of the increase in assessed values. So overall, the assessed values, because we do rolling assessments in the borough, those assessed values constantly are going up. And that's why the rate's actually coming down. But it's really what is the effect on the average house? So when I do that and we go, that'll be the second to last page, but this page then shows the dollar. How is it being broken down? Where does every dollar go that a homeowner will pay and we collect here in Borough Hall? So for every dollar collected, only 24 cents comes to, or it gets utilized for municipal purposes. The majority obviously is on the school side. So the regional is 27 cents, the local school is 38 cents, and the county is only 11. And that kind of tells you where your tax dollar goes. And then we get to the very last page, and the very last page shows what the effect would be on a municipal portion of the bill. And for these purposes, presentation purposes, it only includes the municipal portion. That's all we're voting on. It's all that the mayor and council has control over. They have no control over the schools or the county. And what it shows a $199 increase to an average house. Now the average house has increased, and you can see that on that screen. And that's because of the rolling assessments, which tries to bring the values of properties at 100%. That's the idea on an annual basis. So it went from 944 to 1,010,000. But when you look at this and you go back to, you know, one of the original or even page 2, and I talked about how the fact that we're not raising any more money in municipal taxes this year. So how can we have a tax increase? It's all due to the shift, 100%. So we're not raising a single dollar more, but yet the average house has to pay a $200 increase. And that is simply because shift in values. The borough-wide values are going up, but the average house value or the residential values are going up at a greater pace than the borough-wide values. Sure.
Talking about the commercials are only less than the residential. You know, it's causing the tax.
Correct. Yep, absolutely. Nope. Nope. Yeah, we're shifting from the values, commercials coming or not going up as great as the residential's. Which, listen, it says that the residential values are very strong. So for those individuals that are selling properties, it's great, right? But to your point, that's exactly right.
Jonathan, you want to add anything?
Mayor, thank you. Thank you very much for the time. I'd like to thank all the department heads, the administrator, the finance committee as well, the auditor's office for the amount of time that was put into this budget. It's a prudent budget for our residents and taxpayers, something the mayor and council should be proud of.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you,
I'll tell it's a good budget. I want to thank our finance committee, our liaisons, Councilman Stern, Councilman Pollock, Tommy Padilla, our administrator. Oh, and Tom Bonanno, who sits over there.
Wear jacket, tie.
Paul Lurch and Jonathan Joseph worked hard on this budget. Now you see in the $199 increase, and we got to realize what's going on in the state of New Jersey nowadays. It's not just Woodcliff Lake, but every municipality is getting hit big time by increase in expenses. And the biggest expense is actually the health insurance expense. Now, your council a few years ago did the right thing, and that was to move from the state health care plan, which has been increasing at a rate of about 34%, to the BMed, which we are now in. It's, I think that increase is about 17%, right? So, I mean, 17% is still a lot, but the fact that we moved away from the health care plan to the state plan has saved us a lot of money. And this council looked at this a few years ago and said, this is a smart choice, because we knew we were going to get hit down in the future concerning this expense. I speak to many mayors throughout the whole Pascack Valley and actually the state of New Jersey, through the League of Municipalities and everything. This $199 increase is extremely low compared to what other municipalities and neighboring municipalities are being faced with. So believe me, we look at it at the budget line by line, try to save as much as we possibly can. But of course, you have to understand we have mandates that we have to meet from the state of New Jersey, and we have contracts that we have to meet. And we try to do the best to try to offset some of this increase. But we worked very hard in this budget. This is the lowest increase that we've had in the last 5 years. And you got to see what's going on also in the municipality, where the corporate and commercial properties are coming down, right? We used to be able to depend on our commercial district of Tice Boulevard, Chestnut Ridge Road. That's not the case anymore. And the fact that we went to a rolling assessment, the fact that we limited the amount of tax appeals. I remember years ago, when I was, probably my first term, we were averaging about 60 to 70 tax appeals per year, from these corporate buildings and from our residential areas. This has gone down to zero practically. A very minimal amount of tax appeals are coming in. Our values are being assessed properly. When people sell their home, they're going to be selling their home many times above asking price. What does that say? That Woodcliff Lake is a desirable community to move into, right? Because values keep on going up. I like to thank the work that they put in. They do this, nonstop, considering this is not their full-time jobs, but they act like it's a full-time job. And I really appreciate the time and effort that they put into this budget. It's a solid budget. It's a good budget. And I thank you for your hard work. You guys like to say anything?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a few things, and Paul covered some of it. Looking at the expenses, we were faced with, between health insurance and other insurance increases, we're faced with over $1 million increase in insurance. If you look at the budget on the amount we've actually raised the, tax levy, that actually went down. I can't remember the last time that the tax levy went down. We worked really hard on this. As far as the insurance, one thing we did during the, Councilman Pollock and myself did during the PBA negotiation was we're transitioning the police and the rest of Borough Hall over to a high deductible insurance plan. So hopefully that'll save us money in the future with insurance. It's out of control, but we were able to navigate that, and we went through, as we do every year, we go through line by line. We cut as much as we can. Obviously we have a lot of seniors who live in town. We're very cognizant of the fact that not everybody in this town is as wealthy as people think they are. And taxes have a real effect on people staying in their homes. And so we take that responsibility very seriously. And we spend many hours going through line by line, trying to come up with ways to keep it as low as we can. And I think we did a good job this year. Go ahead.
Just want to underscore and thank you and everyone for your hard work and partnership as we work through this over the last, was it 5+ months? I think we actually started in December. So almost 6 months at this point. I just want to underscore a couple of things. I get the same questions every year. So I think it's worth just sort of repeating and reiterating to the public. The question was posed, well, taxes on the municipal side are going to go up $199, but when I get my tax bill in the next couple of months, I'm going to see a much higher increase. They'll come to our meetings and say, why is my taxes going up? Twofold. One, as Mr. Lurch stated, the municipality and what we're voting on this evening is only for 24 cents of every dollar collected. This is only the municipal side. There are other taxing authorities, whether it's the local or regional school district, as well as the county, that are accounting for other increases. I think the $199 is a fair budget increase year on year. You are also seeing the average price of homes go up. That's a good sign for us as a community that remains a town and a community that people want to live in. Average home values have gone up, so taxes are going to go up. If you can sell it for more money and it's worth more money, so too should taxes. But for us, as we think about the budget and going line by line, we balance very heavily, and there's a lot of debate that goes on to it. It's not just sort of the red pen or crossing out different line items in an Excel spreadsheet. It's really weighing community benefit. It's really making sure that we're trying to stretch every dollar of that 24 cent or every penny of the 24 cents that we get in tax revenue while not impacting services that we're giving to the community. So it's really about how do we stretch it as much as possible and continue with quality of life. How do we think about making sure we're prioritizing infrastructure improvements on the capital side of the house? So the overall budget process is tedious. We go back and forth. There is a lot of negotiations and sort of give and take to make sure that we do something that is fair and in the best interest of as much of the community as we possibly can.
Mr. Banano.
All good.
Remember to this time. Yeah, remember to this. Hey, cleanup hitter.
Great job.
Okay, so how about moving public comment, open to the public, motion open to what?
Just on the budget.
Oh. Yeah, I'm
That's what we
gonna,
were just discussing.
I just want to make sure all the students were here first. I guess they're all here.
Julie's everybody.
Yes.
Oh, everybody's here, okay.
So, guys, we're gonna do the proclamations and then we'll have questions and answers about the budget.
Yeah, because this is
They
boring.
have homework to go.
They have to do homework.
I think they're all.
All right, we every year we love to honor our students and on their academic and athletic achievements. And we're very proud to have a few of them here today. This council takes pride in our students and we thank them for their achievements and congratulate them for all they have done. So I'm going to read a couple proclamations and give them to them and honor them. So please bear with me. Okay, first proclamation. This proclamation honoring Christian Alvarez as a New Jersey State Wrestling Champion. Whereas the Borough of Wycliffe Lake takes great pride in recognizing the outstanding achievements of its residents whose dedication, perseverance, and excellence bring honor to our community. And whereas Christian Alvarez, a resident of Wycliffe Lake and a senior at St. Joseph's Regional High School, completed a remarkable 2025-2026 wrestling season. And whereas Christian Alvarez achieved a perfect 35-0 record, winning 100% of his matches and earning recognition as one of the top-ranked heavyweight wrestlers in the state of New Jersey. And whereas his dominant season included 20 pins and culminated in a decisive 8-1 victory over Mateo Vinagera of the NJSIAA State Championship at the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. And whereas through his hard work, discipline, and competitive spirit, Christian has exemplified the highest ideals of athletic excellence and sportsmanship while representing both his school and the borough of Woodcliff Lake with distinction. And whereas the mayor and council of the borough of Woodcliff Lake do hereby recognize and congratulate Christian Alvarez for his outstanding achievement as a New Jersey State Wrestling Champion and for completing an undefeated 35-0 senior season. And also I'd like to add, he's going to be going on scholarship to the University of North Carolina. All right. Will be wrestling and playing football for Bill Belichick. Yeah. So now therefore be it resolved that the Borough of Woodcliff Lake commends Christian Alvarez for his dedication, perseverance, commitment to excellence, which have brought great pride and recognition to our community. Signed, Mayor Carlos Rendo, Council President Josh Stern, Councilwoman Julie Brodsky, Councilwoman Nicole Marsh, Councilman Christopher Bonanno, Councilwoman Jennifer Margolis, and Councilman Benjamin Palik. Congratulations.
Chris, how many sports did you do in college?
It's Frank Pierce. Me too.
Good job.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Academic achievements. Okay, proclamation, whereas Maddie Espinosa has distinguished herself through exceptional academic achievement, demonstrating dedication, intellect, and unwavering commitment to excellence throughout her time at Pascack Hills High School. And whereas her tireless efforts, intellectual curiosity, and pursuit of knowledge have culminated in achieving the esteemed rank of valedictorian of the graduating class of 2026. And whereas Maddie Espinosa has not only excelled academically, but also embodied the values of leadership, perseverance, intellectual growth, inspired her peers, and contributed positively to the school community. And whereas her accomplishments reflect not only her personal dedication, but also the support and guidance provided by her family, teachers, mentors, and the entire Pascack Hills community. And now therefore be resolved that I, Mayor Carlos Rendo, on behalf of the Borough of Woodcliff Lake, do hereby commend Maddie Espinosa for her outstanding achievements as valedictorian of the graduating class of 2026. And further, do hereby extend my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes to her future endeavors at the University of Notre Dame. Go Irish. Signed, Mayor Carlos Rendo, Councilman Christopher Bonanno, Councilwoman Jennifer Margolis, Councilman Benjamin Pollock, Councilman Julie Brodsky, Councilwoman Nicole Marsh, and Council President Josh Stern. Congratulations. Very good. Okay. Nina, you're up. Whereas Nina Indoglia has distinguished herself through exceptional academic achievement, demonstrating dedication, intellect, and unwavering commitment to excellence throughout her time at Pascack Hills High School. And whereas her tireless efforts, intellectual curiosity, and pursuit of knowledge have culminated in achieving the esteemed rank of salutatorian of the graduating class of 2026. And whereas Nina has not only excelled academically, but also embodied the values of leadership, perseverance, intellectual growth, inspired her peers, and contributed positively to the school community. And whereas her achievements reflect not only her personal dedication, but also the support and guidance provided by her family, teachers, mentors, and the entire Pascack Hills community. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Mayor Carlos Rendo, on behalf of the Borough of Woodcliff Lake, do hereby commend Nina and her outstanding achievements as salutatorian of the graduating class of 2026. And I further do hereby extend a heartfelt congratulations and best wishes for her future endeavors at the University of Pennsylvania. Signed, Mayor Carlos Rendo, Councilman Christopher Bonanno, Councilwoman Jennifer Margolis, Councilman Benjamin Pollock, Councilwoman Julie Brodsky, Councilwoman Nicole Marsh, and Council President Josh Stern. Congratulations. Gianna Albanese has distinguished herself through exceptional academic achievement, demonstrating dedication, intellect, unwavering commitment to the excellence throughout her time at Bergen County Technical High School. And whereas her tireless efforts, intellectual curiosity, and in pursuit of knowledge have culminated in achieving the esteemed rank of valedictorian of the graduating class of 2026. And whereas Gianna has not only excelled academically, but also embodied the values of leadership, perseverance, intellectual growth, inspired her peers, and contributed positively to the school community. And whereas her accomplishments reflect not only her personal dedication, but also the support and guidance provided by her family, teachers, mentors, and entire community. Now therefore be resolved that I, Mayor Carlos Rando, on behalf of the Borough of Wycliffe Lake, do hereby commend Gianna for her outstanding achievements as valedictorian of the graduating class of 2026. And I do further extend our heartfelt congratulations and best wishes for her future endeavors at Sacred Heart University. Now, Mayor Carlos Rando, Councilman Christopher Bonanno, Councilwoman Jennifer Margolis, Councilman Benjamin Pollock, Councilwoman Julie Brodsky, Councilwoman Nicole Marsh, and Council President Josh Stern. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Students, this way, Mayor, stay up.
Then we should take this all away.
Get all the students, come on, guys. Come on. Don't get started.
Yeah, apartment though. Yeah, apartment.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, no, well, like I said, well, it's not even- Well, good. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, don't choose that. Thank you. No one has budget comments? No budget comments? Okay. You guys cleared the room.
I have one more proclamation, but I'm not gonna read the whole thing, so this is for Mental Health Awareness Month proclamation, so, because my mouth is dry.
It'll be put in the record.
It'll be in the record. All right, here you go. Okay, so where are we now? Okay, budget hearing, motion to open to the public,
Motion.
all in favor?
Yeah.
Any opposed? None? All right, come on up if you want to speak on the budget.
John, we need a chair.
Sit down, man.
No. I don't need to sit down. Josephine Higgins with Flake. I just want to ask on the miscellaneous revenues, maybe Paul, you could, who's contributing? Is it the builder that's doing the BMW work, or where are we getting this 1,553,300?
The answer is yes, Mayor. It's a developer.
It's not 1 million from,
No,
from the BMW, so it's about 660,000 for this year.
Okay,
I don't know what composes the other portion.
yeah, where do the rest of this
it's
money
coming
come?
from the open space to pay a debt service component. So 663 is coming from the developer,
It's 600,000
63 is from the developer,
from the
and
developer.
$748,000 is
Seven-
taking money that we've collected over the years from open space tax. And we're using it and we're dedicating it to the payment of debt service for the procurement of Galaxy, correct? Am I right?
Correct.
The-
So so that's the mechanism there. So what happens is.
So we use the money that came from open space or the park, the new park.
Correct, we're paying.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. Just one thing, that I'd like to, remind everybody, the park we have, the new park we have is beautiful. I go there and walk around. I do have to sit though for a while and go around. Yes. But, we paid an enormous amount of money cleaning up. And I understand soon will be, you'll be looking at taking care of all the necessities that go into developing where the gas station on Broadway was. May we not ever have to, they should pay anything for anything that was in the ground there, because that was a gas station for a long time. And it should not, a cent should not come out of our pocket, because that was a lot of money that, went into our new garden, but it was nice. And it was a very nice occasion the other day. You guys all did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay.
Or you want to come up?
It looks good on the bottom line, it does. And one of the things is the valuation of the homes has gone up 7%, and the valuation of the taxes gone up like 7.1%. So the kind of two come together, so that helps you tremendously.
Well, just for the record, the municipal increase is not 7%.
No, I'm not suggesting that at all. It's the value per average home, which was, by the way, is that? Yeah, by the way, when I see that average of 1,040,000, whatever it is, does that include businesses in there?
Just
This is
residential.
Strictly
Residential.
not residential. Do they pay the same rate as a residential person does?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was in a municipality 45 years ago where they paid a different rate than municipal.
No,
Because they had different
no, no.
services,
Everybody has to pay the same rate.
and that's per law.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. And it looks as nice as it does, and that's great. There's one big glaring problem in the future. You got a plug. This is like somebody with the dike. You got a plug in the dike, and that's the payment by somebody outside of here, which is a developer, 650,000 or whatever it is. You take that out, and taxes go up by $650,000 by everybody. I'm looking at and I'll ask both the CFO and the auditor. Eisen Amper, you're familiar with that company? It's based here. And they have I have a copy of their pamphlet that describes what the pilot program is all about. So I have back there about 15 different articles that I've saved from the schools around here, where they're laying off teachers because if they're winding up with shortfalls, And anywhere from 89 over Passaic and you name it, everybody's running into problems with their schools. I hope this is not going to be a problem with us, but can you explain for me? I see according to this, like Eisen Amper, they said pilot payments are calculated as either a set percentage of revenue or a set percentage of total construction costs. And it talks about ranges. Can you tell me how their pilot payments are calculated for us? Going forward, because whatever we do now, you've put it into a document and we're now bound for 30 years.
We have an agreement, pilot agreement, which lays out how that whole calculation is.
That's right. That's what I'm asking is how is that, how
This
is
is
that?
based on revenue,
Yeah.
the revenue generated, and it gets audited, they have to submit.
Your projected rents, and then it goes through and it's audited, and we get a percentage of those revenues.
Although I just want to point something out.
Go ahead.
You made 2 points, 2 sort of disparate points, and people may.
Let's bring them together.
Bring together. and
Sure.
not. The reason that a lot of school districts have laid off employees have nothing to do with pilots. They have.
It's not true, but okay. I mean, you call me disparate, I'll call you
You know
disparate
what
too.
this is? So there's 2 completely disparate points that have nothing to do with each other. The reason school districts have been laying off people is because of the state health insurance issue. The 33 or 37% increase that every school has been faced with this year has nothing to do with pilots.
Talk about Montclair with a $24 million shortfall. It's not all there in healthcare. So I disagree with
So
you.
technically.
I'll give you a list of all of the others, but we'll do that outside of here. This doesn't matter.
But, so as far as the one pilot that we passed, it's based on a percentage of total revenue that will be, garnered through that project.
Okay.
That will be audited every year. It's an estimate of how much we think we're gonna get. Every year that number will change.
Okay.
I do wanna add, that pilot won't come into effect for about 3 years. So issues with school funding now have nothing to do with that pilot.
Very true. But when we have another 35 to 40% increase in population, it will hit us like a brick. So I'm just trying to find out, what will they be paying us as a percentage of that revenue?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What percentage of that revenue will they be paying us? You said that's how it's sitting at.
It's a graduate rate.
The graduate, 10 to 16%, I think.
So it depends on what year you're talking about, but it does
Okay.
graduate over.
You could go back to that meeting.
And it's not completely 30
And you
year,
could watch that. whole
And you still get taxed for the land.
I could, but
and the townhouses are only a 20-year pilot, I think the apartments are 30 year, and then you could.
But it's a graduate.
And then we have
Starts
starting
with 10,
contribution
and then-
until the pilot kicked in. I don't have the particulars in front of me, but.
I hear you. There was about 15 minutes to discuss the whole future of the town, so, okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to speak on the budget? Only on the budget.
So, Bert, I do have a question for you.
Okay.
So like you see, the largest driver of your taxes, 38% is to the local district, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So I know you like to attend meetings, but if you're really concerned about what's going on with your taxes, you should attend that 38 cents.
I would accept tonight, this is the same time that you're meeting, so we can't do that.
Their meeting was, their meeting
No,
was last week.
No, it's last, they
It was
don't
the high school meeting?
Yeah,
The lower school meeting.
I got it on my calendar for 6:30 tonight,
It was
but
last
be
week.
that as it may.
Okay, motion to close to the public? Hold on. This is on the
Yeah.
budget. What else? Okay, on the anyone else would like to speak on the budget? And then we'll go open up to the public for, yeah. All right, motion to close to the public on the budget? Is there a second? Oh, okay, second, Ms. Marsh. Okay, motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a roll call?
Sure. Banana.
Yes.
Skrosky.
Yes.
Margolis.
Yeah.
Swan.
Yes.
Polly.
Yes.
Mr. Sharp.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Budget
Thank you.
passes. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Just send her the glide.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Gonna open it up. What next?
So we really looked into what was going on with the school system.
She does that.
Yes, please.
Yeah, no, just raise it up.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Okay. Motion to open to the public on any topic.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
None opposed, motion passes.
Sir, you got it. Hi, everyone. Thomas Fraser here again, following up on previous requests with council to amend existing legislation regarding outdoor lighting.
Yes. Update for you. As of last Friday, I was working with Mark Berenger, who is our building code official, on the wording of it. We plan to introduce it at our June meeting.
Okay.
So it's almost there. There were lumens and the brightness of the light. We're kind of going back.
What's the part of the?
So it won't be passed until the July meeting, so.
What date?
All right, hang in there.
It's about lighting.
Good thing that daylight is getting longer, so.
It's about,
That's true, but now they have to leave it on all day and all night.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
they're doing it on.
It's a bad electrical.
yeah,
bill.
and I mean, LEDs, it's probably $1 a year.
They won't put, when you talk to your neighbor, they won't put like a timer or a sensor or anything on it, or?
Oh, this is malicious. This is, yeah. No, this is direct, yeah, it's personal, unfortunately.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so, I mean,
What kind of lights are they? They just.
I mean, one is like an LED floodlight. And then one is just kind of unshielded housing. That was the initial one that I asked them because it shined in my child's bedroom. And It's been on for a year and a half.
Put a light back.
I feel like I would lose my case. I'm trying to be. Yeah, no, yeah, all right, maybe like you. No, I'm really.
No,
trying
I
to
mean, I appreciate that.
Have the higher ground here. All right, well, I appreciate your.
So
time.
June 15th is the meeting.
All right,
Okay.
perfect. I'll, 9 Evergreen. So other side of the reservoir.
Very good. Okay.
Thank you.
We
very much.
promise you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I introduce the next meeting.
You guys want to talk on any public comments, any general public comment? Okay. Motion, you want to,
You have to talk.
You have to come up.
They won't hear you at all.
Okay.
Or,
Oh, yes.
take your time.
no, they won't.
Sometimes at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, I'll be going along Wormis Road and I'll look over where the fields are, the play fields are, and I'll see the lights on.
I know. I
Do
know
we,
behind-
pay, yeah, I know, do we pay for that, or is it because we have a reduced municipal rate that?
No, we do pay. We also have worked with baseball and others. We try to shut them off when there's no one there. Recently, what we did is we also gave the police access to the program so that they see and no one's there. Or if someone from like Balsam calls and the lights are on.
I'm saving the town money, believe me.
We can address it right away. But yeah, but we have noticed that, and they are on the timer. There's
And if
certain-
that tennis courts could have a motion sensor, it would go off when there's nobody there.
Yeah,
So,
that's
like,
another.
but Bernie, you can, if there is a light on and no one's there, you could call dispatch, like a non-emergency dispatch and let them
Yeah,
know, so.
well, just
they
say
can
it was
turn it off.
But they're on a time.
They go off.
They're on a time, I see if they would have gone.
Okay, no, they are on the time. It's usually only about by 10 o'clock, they should all usually are off.
Okay.
Motion to close to the public.
Motion.
A second. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Ordinance, public hearing, ordinance number 26-11, ordinance vacating the paper street within the borough of Woodcliff Lake.
Motion.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Anyone would like to? Yeah, I'm opening it to the public. Anybody would like to speak on this ordinance? Oh, seeing no one, motion to close to the public on this ordinance?
Wait, oh, sorry.
It's about the paper.
Mayor
street,
Higgins,
Joe.
did you?
Mayor
Wait, wait.
Higgins.
Joe, did you want to speak on the paper street?
This is the street.
Yeah.
Just asked about, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I know what they're gonna do with the street now, so
Right.
it goes to.
Okay.
Okay,
So I want to know.
motion to close.
Is, Still, I'm sorry.
So come on up.
Josephine Higgins, Wicklow Lake. Do we still own the property behind the Jehovah's Witnesses?
No, that was sold.
It's gone completely. Okay. I don't know what to do. I see them. They come to my house frequently, unfortunately, because I open the door. But anyway, I've gotten a lot of complaints from people that they want to ask, and I can't do anything about it. They want where their air conditioner or the front part, that metal part that faces
It was,
Jehovah's Witness.
You know how they put that air conditioning on?
it was just fixed last
When was
week.
that, the fencing was put in last week?
It was put in last week.
Around that?
Yep,
Yes.
just
It looks
last.
really nice, actually.
To go, okay.
Yeah, it-
I'm glad they finally did it. That's good. Thank you.
Our shrubbery around. The shrubbery they put in was about 6 inches.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Kept dying, so they came, and Mark met with them, it couldn't be higher than 4 feet. The approval was given for the fencing, because at one point they wanted it higher. So
Okay.
it can't be without going back to the zoning board.
Right.
But they did fencing, as a matter of fact, last week,
Looks
because
really nice.
Ben actually texted me, and I was just driving by at the time.
Good.
And
There's just this one woman comes to my house constantly. Can you go down?
it looks really good.
Did a good job.
I'll go there after I leave here. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
It looks better than what it was.
Okay. I just want, it was one.
Joe, is it Christine complaining about it?
Huh?
Is it Christine complaining about it?
I have lists of people that are complaining about it.
Motion.
Motion to close to the public.
Motion.
Is there a second? All in favor? None opposed, motion passes. Oh, no, roll call. What? Motion to adopt, motion to adopt. Your second?
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Banano.
Yes.
Sprowski.
Yes.
Margolis.
Yes.
Smart.
Yep.
Pollock.
Yeah.
Third.
Ordinance number 26-12, an ordinance to amend chapter 265 entitled Property Maintenance Borough Code, Borough of Wicklow Lake, State of New Jersey. Is there a motion for introduction? Is there a second?
Second.
Don't say you really feel about this.
All in favor? All in favor?
Yeah.
None opposed? Motion passes. All right,
Thank you, good night.
I'm going to look at.
yes.
Good night.
Good night. Mayor's appointment to Shade Tree Advisory Committee. I hereby appoint the members listed on the agenda.
Sure, that'd be appointed, you know.
And it's a big.
To the Shade,
Board of Ed still on.
the Shade Tree Committee. Want to take a vote on this?
What's our order today? Shade tree is good.
That's an
You know what, it's easier to vote, take a vote, it's easier.
All right, Nikki.
Motion to,
Approve.
Open eye.
Did you vote on yourself? Can you vote on yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You can vote on yourself, not this.
Roll call.
Oh, yes.
You want to vote?
Yeah.
Mr. Banano.
Yes.
Sprowski.
Yes.
Mr. Margolis.
Yes.
Ms. Margolis, I'm sorry. Ms. Marsh.
Yes.
Mr. Pollock.
Yes.
Mr. Stern. Yes.
Mayor's report, real quick. I haven't done a mayor's report in a while, so. Yeah, this weekend, we had the Spring Fest, very nice event. Some of the vendors even indicated to me it was much better than last year in terms of participation and people buying knickknacks and doing things like that. And a lot of people attending the event. Very good, well-run event. Everybody was very happy, and the weather definitely cooperated. It was a little hot, but it was good. So I thank everyone who was involved for the Spring Fest. And then on Sunday, I attended with a few council members the groundbreaking for Valley Chabad on Chestnut Ridge Road. Very well attended also.
Very hot as well.
Very hot, probably hotter,
Very
probably
hot.
hotter. Congressman Gottheimer was there, Holly Chapizzi, our senator, was there. The mayor of Hillsdale and Montville joined us also. Commissioner Tracy Zer was also there. So with a nice attended event. I congratulate Valley Chabad for the groundbreaking. I expect great things from them in our community. Again, congratulations. This afternoon, there was a shooting at a mosque in San Diego. Right now, it's preliminary reports. It seems like these shootings nowadays are by teenagers or young adults, which is pretty sad. So hopefully this is not a bigger problem in our world. So please say a prayer to those individuals who lost their lives this afternoon in San Diego. Also, there was a recent, I guess, protest or demonstration in Brooklyn, walking in a Jewish neighborhood again. We need to move away from hate and be a kinder and gentler nation to all communities of faith. So we pray for the young lady who was assaulted during that demonstration. Hopefully she's okay. So again, say prayers to those individuals that were, attacked during that demonstration. And that concludes my mayor's report. Council members' reports. Councilwoman Margolis.
Thank you. I will let Councilwoman Brodsky talk about Springfest. I just want to thank everyone who took part in it. It really, instead of takes a village, it takes a borough to put on big events like that. And really everyone had a hand in it, minus you, John Scatino. But everyone else, everyone here had a hand in it, both on the council who works for the borough, DPW, police, OEM. We really sort of pulled together and put together a great event. And I also want to thank some of the people. We had Backyard PE who played games with the kids, and both they were happy and the kids were thrilled because a lot of them know them. And Joe Durso, who is out of Park Ridge, who runs Caravan Entertainment as a musician himself, really arranged all the musicians and had them running on time with the appropriate engineers. So it really worked out great. And then all the vendors, we thank them. And then some things that are coming up. The police department tomorrow for the fourth year are doing supplies for success. So we'll be having backpacks for kids after school. There are ice pops as well. It's at 2:45 at the police department. It is going to be 90 degrees, so they're putting up as many tents as we have. We're gonna make it go quick. They are also organizing with the fire department to be able to get some shelter in the fire department if it's possible. We have the Memorial Day Parade and Ceremony coming up on Monday. Everyone is welcome to attend both events. And we also, for those of us who are attending, Whole Foods has donated a bunch of ice pops also to the Memorial Day Parade because I anticipated it would be hot. It will not, but people will still like ice pops. So I let also Park Ridge and Montville know today that their council and mayors are welcome to hand them out with us at our fire department. They are currently in the freezer here. So we are ready for that. And then our pool is open to Wilkes Lake residents on Memorial Day should they want to attend if the weather cooperates. And last but not least, I know this is a big topic, is the July 4th activities for America's 250th. There was a lot of confusion going around from Park Ridge to Montvale to here. We have sort of gotten together. They are going to wait for us to send stuff out because they themselves were confused. A lot of it was coming out of the VFW, and it was there were too many chefs in the kitchen, if you will. So it will be a July 4th extravaganza with a parade meeting at 10 a.m. at the Montvale Fire Department, as the Memorial Day Parade does. It'll be stepping off at 10:30. It will walk from there up the same route as the Memorial Day Parade. Anyone from any town is welcome to participate, even if you're not part of the tri-borough, because there are other towns that have asked some of the mayors of neighboring towns if they can participate. From Rivervale and Hillsdale, since they are not having a parade. And you can dress up, your dog can dress up, you can have a float, you can play music, you can do whatever you want to do in the parade. That will end at the Wartendijk Homestead and the Wartendijk Barn, which are across the street from each other, and Park Ridge. That is where the parade will end. There is going to be a barbecue with that the Montvale and Park Ridge towns Park Ridge is coordinating because it's in their town. And then after that, everyone is invited from the three towns, invited to our town pool from about 2 to 7. So it will start at 10 a.m. The day will end at 7, and people can participate in whatever portion they want to. And it's being built as a tri-borough event with everyone taking a part.
No, Jen, I did want to add, because I'm sure we're going to get questions. The reason we're not going down from the barn down to Borough Hall, like the Memorial Parade, is because the picnic is immediately following. It didn't make sense to have people go down and go back to the picnic.
I anticipate that we'll have to just let our police know, because I think a lot of the parking will come onto our streets, which is fine during that time. But yes, that is essentially what it was. And I think we have the biggest pool in the area. And so we'll talk about in closed session about the entertainment for the pool and all that.
Okay. Councilwoman Marsh.
I'll be quick. We actually had this month's planning board meeting last week. And I would like to thank our planning board for very efficiently approving a backyard renovation. The planning board is working very nicely together and very efficient, and we are moving through our applications in such a timely manner that I just want to shout out to them, because I know that there was some concern when we combined the boards, but it's been a really nice change and a really nice board. Our next meeting is June 23rd, but we don't have the agenda for that since it's not until after our council meeting. So I will talk more about what we'll be doing at that meeting at our next council meeting. Thank you.
That's it.
That's it.
I have received a lot of compliments about the board and how professional it is and how well it works. And, it's one of probably our best board in terms of moving applications around, and very good.
The board where everyone really participates works really nicely together on the board, and it's just it's a lot more efficient than it's been in the past. Every year we keep getting more efficient too. And
We have
so
new professionals on.
Yeah.
we do, but I said it honestly, so.
Right. Very good. Councilman Pollock.
For a change, no, thanks for myself.
Very good.
Was the finance.
The finance, you're good,
I'm
you're good.
very happy that we got both our budget and capital expense approved.
Councilman Bonanno, you punting?
Very.
Oh,
Real short, let's see, new clay installed on Major Field, the fields are looking great, getting good feedback about that. The pool opening, cleaning, repairs, sprinkler start has been completed for the season. The sweeper was completed with the premise, we used their sweeper to do the streets, and that's all been done, the streets look great. And last thing, just want to say, this is all from the DPW, Weirmus pump station construction remains in progress, and the landscaping has been installed, and then I yield my.
You watch too much C-SPAN.
Yeah.
Forgot to thank DPW for opening the pool.
I'm sorry.
And really.
I was leaving that for you.
Oh, I did already spoke.
Okay.
We claim your time.
Did a great job, the pool, everyone's excited.
And for the Spring Fest too, they did a
Yeah.
great job. with
Great
Spring
job, Spring Fest.
Yeah. Councilwoman Brodsky.
So this past week, I attended the Bergen County Stigma Free Symposium with our Stigma Free Coordinator, Jennifer Trinow. We have always supported all of Jennifer's initiatives. Anyone who drives around Bergen County, you can always see other towns with, their town names is stigma free. We finally got to have our signs, so visually, any resident who does suffer from mental illness, they will know that they have the support of their community around it. Following up on Spring Fest, Jen said it, I think we learn each year a little bit more. It was our second one at our new park. And I think each time we see how we can make improvements. I think the craft vendors and the assortment, and that was actually a huge help from a resident who helped us sort of round up some of those craft vendors. So that's very much appreciated. But now we go from Spring Fest into our Woodcliff Wednesdays. Starting earlier, we're going to end later. It's going to be a summer packed, summer filled, packed, whatever.
Fun, but it's there. It's going to be a lot of fun, and some new bands.
And new bands. Some good news and right off the press, our pool and tennis and camp revenue numbers are up from last year. A significant increase in our camp revenue. We have enrollment is up 81%, which is huge. And I give credit to the collaboration between our park rec director, Ryan McGee, and our camp directors.
And Councilor Gil Bonanno.
Yes. Just making a very robust camp calendar, adding the field trips. I think it was a huge attraction for a lot of the families in town. I also this week attended the Park Ridge Planning Board meeting. I took it as an opportunity, even though Park Ridge was or the developer, the zoning developer was looking to amend an application turning one building into 3. I took it as an opportunity to speak on behalf of our residents in terms of the privacy or lack thereof. And hopefully what came out of it, the engineer did say that he will look to set up a meeting, with the property owners of Sony, or developer. And he's even willing to meet with us, so, it's a step in the right direction. We hope we can make some progress. I shared pictures of what it actually looks like from someone's backyard, and the room was silent. So hopefully I made a point, and we'll soon hear from that. And again, always thanking DPW, but they have also been great partners with the community garden, which is actually up and running now. Residents have been planting. We had to secure a little hole because the bunny rabbit got in, but we think we fixed it. But again, they've really been great and very supportive. That's it.
Council President Stern.
Sure, I guess one person, we didn't thank by name, for Springfest is actually Ryan McGee. He deserves, almost all the credit for Springfest. Ryan is a 3-year employee of the borough, and he's really grown into that role very much. You know, he has really transformed that event, and you know, next year will be bigger and better under Ryan's leadership. You know, our role here as council people really is to set policy, to sort of set macro policy, but it's up to Ryan to run the day-to-day and do the micro, and I think he did a great job. I know the sausage and peppers was a great hit. And no, it really was a great event. You know, next year we'll do more kids event. I really like the fact that it's a different type of event than Oktoberfest. You know, we can sort of do different things. Like not everything needs to be a drunk fest at 8 o'clock, but Oktoberfest is pretty good like that. I do want to say, very pleased we did pass the capital budget this year. We all get a lot of complaint about the quality of our roads. We're spending and through either new capital or old capital, we've authorized about $1.4 million for road repavement, including Hunter Ridge, Claremont, and Somerset. It really is a pretty substantial increase than we've done in years past, but as I think I always say, and most people agree, residents deserve quality roads, and I think we took a long step toward that. We've also authorized certain improvements to major fields. It's just the beginning. We really, this council really has looked at the quality of our infrastructure, and in the past, some of it was lacking. We had a barn at a train station that literally fell down under prior councils, and it's something I think we've tried to address, and our residents deserve more, and I think we've done that. And this budget, I think, does a long way to accomplishing that. So.
And like I said, the vendors were just so happy and ecstatic with the turnout, and the Zeppeli people and the sausage and pepper people actually complimented our residents and said they're the nicest people they've ever met in terms of, and they do festivals everywhere. They said, and they said that in certain other communities, certain people yell at them and get my food out, this and that. But our residents were very pleasant, very nice, and they were very happy, and they can't wait to get back here.
I'll try to spend more time with them to sort of change that.
I'm sure they'll change once they talk to you.
He offers hot peppers on that.
Oh, yeah, I took it with hot. Yeah, that's true. All right, Tom, you're up. Oh, no, engineers report included in your packet. Tom, you're up.
Just make it quick. Thank you for pointing out, Ryan. As everybody said, everybody has a hand in Springfest, but somebody's got to quarterback it, and I think you did a really good job quarterbacking that whole event and others.
We have to thank Diane.
Diane.
She was on the paperwork.
Thank you, Debbie. That's very true. So yeah,
She got on them. She kept calling them for weeks to get stuff in.
everybody, it's great the food vendors, but you don't realize how much back and forth goes with them, because
To
they
get a
have to get
license.
the license, they have to get inspected, and a lot of them wait till the last
Yeah, she
second.
took the initiative this year with
But,
that, really kept calling them to get it in.
To reiterate, what you said, Mayor, I was talking with him today, he said all the vendors were happy, alcohol vendor was very happy, everybody was very happy with the sales, so that's good because that also helps us for our next event and going forward, so that was a good thing. On the roads, one of the things that obviously we can't fix every road, we have several roads on the list, but we get complaints or comments about almost every road in town. We really do prioritize that, and what we do, for those who are listening, we leave that up really to our engineer and our DPW who really know the roads the most, rather than us who are by them here and there, you know, it's not about favoritism, it's about the roads that really need it. Also, this year, because of the transition with sanitation, we are ahead of schedule on the pothole repairs, so we started that earlier, and DPW's been really on top of that, and there's still some that they're going to be hitting, but we are much ahead. As far as the pool also, if you want to take a ride down, it's pretty much set for next week. It's looking good. We had our inspections last week, health department, that's all good. Health department's coming this week for Jack's Buffet, we don't expect any issues. We repainted the office area for the pool staff and things of that nature, so that's going according to plan. Train station project should be coming to completion, we expect hopefully by mid-June, we want to get that paved and striped early June, so that should be completed, and as you stated, the pump station is moving along. We are working specifically with the one homeowner that right adjacent to it, with some of the plantings, and we will continue to work with them so that we can make sure that that's as less intrusive as possible. And I've been in contact, Mayor, as you know, with Mayor Scheinfeld from Hillsdale, because a lot of his residents have been calling him as far as the appearance. But as you know, our hands are tied a lot on that with the EP regulations. But we'll continue moving forward. Unless anybody has any questions on any of the resolutions, that concludes my report.
Very good. Any questions on the consent agenda? None. A motion to accept the consent agenda? Is there a second? All in favor?
Yes.
None opposed, motion passes. Now, we're gonna go into closed session, so motion to go into closed session. All in favor?
Yes.
None opposed?
So the council will be in closed session for approximately 15 minutes. At this time, the meeting will be reopened and further action may be taken.
How many minutes?
15.
15. I didn't know.
Good.